what have you learned so far for the last 2 days that we are together?
The first day, actually, siyempre, ang dami kong mga learnings doon. Lalo na yung mga tools. Tapos second day is more exciting, no? Aside from the para-para-G. And we learned several scripts.
Yung natutunan ko naman, coach, this past 2 days, yung una, yung make plan, yung sa GPS nga.
Realize ko na kung anong wish ako. Sobrang important nung pag-set mo ng goal.
Kailangan talaga back to basic at kailangan nating umalis sa comfort zone.
Pagkakaroon ng timeline sa isang goal. Kasi kapag hindi mo siya binigyan ng timeline, palaging may extend yung goal mo.
Ang natutunan ko the past 2 days, ang dami. Lahat talaga bago. Whenever you talk about CRM, BPO. So I'm learning slowly then about new applications that I have not known they existed.
Appreciate ko for the last 2 days. Mas maganda pala yung interactive na parang learning kaysa sa self-paced lang. Yung mind mo magiging active talaga and parang matcha-challenge ka kasi merong deadlines na siniset.
In real estate industry, your limits are truly self-defined. Do you agree, sabi din? Because your approach, your ability, and your willingness to do the work of a real estate sales will be the greatest determining factors for your success. Truthfully, the key to becoming your best possible self is to think at a very high level. Small goals tend to place limits on your potential. And big goals, on the other hand, has a tendency to pull us right through the small goals on the way to attaining the big ones. So, ang secret dun is, it's all about what you focus on. That's why I want you to plan it out because you're focusing on it. Aim high. Aim high daw, diba? That's the secret to success. Okay, so let's start. Ring ring. Hello?
Okay. Hi, Alisa. My name is Sweet. I'm with a Texas-based company called Rev Assist Capital Properties, and we work with several commercial real estate brokers and investors that are interested in buying apartments and other commercial properties in California. So we saw your property on one of our lists and wondering if you and your business partners had thought about selling your property at ABC Main Street, and if so, I'd love to set an appointment for you to have a brief preliminary conversation with one of our partners.
Well, Sweet, I'm not really interested at the moment.
Oh, okay. So, well, if you're not interested in selling, that's fine. We have also financing services available if you need to refinance. Would you be interested in speaking to one of our partners about obtaining new debt and equity financing for your property?
Not really, but you know what? I am very much interested to buy.
All right. Go na.
All right. So good morning.
Happy Monday, everybody. Good morning and welcome to Script Practice Part 2. So, take it away, Coach JP.
Okay, so the previous live that we were able to discuss was about the difference between freestyle, the difference between scripted, semi-scripted, verbiage. So, yeah, small piggyback dun sa things na discussed last week, like the freestyle and the difference between freestyle and scripted. Madami siya, pero pinpoint ko na lang yung pinaka-important, which is this is also to make you know which one are
Make you know. Mag-Tagalog ka kasi.
make you know kung ano yung pinakabagay sa'yo. If it's freestyle ba or if it's scripted.
Yes. So, dapat you have to determine, dapat may strategy ka if you are really into the freestyle type of a person or ikaw ba yung scripted, di ba? So,
Yeah.
lagi namin in-example, dalawa, yung kami pareho. Kasi he's more of a freestyler and then ako naman is more of a scripted. So, script practice, guys, it's all about people who wants to become in sales, people who wants to pursue cold calling and appointment setting. So my ears are so blessed talaga. Good morning, Cyril, and happy Monday. There you go, diba? So today, Coach JP will be teaching us the importance of or how to handle rebuttals. Tama ba ako?
Yeah, yun nga, yan ako muna.
Hindi, pero ano yung i-discuss mo para we know the objective of this live.
Okay, so we will be discussing about managing objections. Tapos yung parang four pillars dun sa parang whole conversation. And also tips and best practices.
Okay. And then me naman, I will be discussing later how are you going to conquer your phone phobia. Okay, so that's going to be the objective of this slide. Live. Now, if you are watching this and you know people who might be interested to watch this video with you, then please feel free to share this video. And of course, comment any suggestions, aha moments, questions that you might have para, diba, alam naman namin kung paano namin kayo mag-guide. So, ayan, si Cyril sabi nga, script din po ako but I want to be freestyle. So, is it possible, Coach JP? Okay, there you go. Sige, you can take the floor.
Yeah, to differentiate first, freestyle from scripted is freestyle is you tend to go out of the script but you follow the whole flow, the whole call flow. So you follow your own words, you follow your own sentences, and you just have to follow the whole call flow. Yun lang. Script is scripted or verbiage is when you follow everything by the book. You follow the words, the sentences, the whole flow in your scripted. Freestyle, if ever you're comfortable taking control of the call, ganun. Ako kasi ganun eh. I tend to be authoritative when it comes to calls or yun. I tend to become authoritative when it comes to calls. I need to control the conversation. That's me. So I tend to freestyle, go out of the script, and then make my own words, sentences, and yeah, that's freestyle for you. And scripted, yun, you just go with the flow, follow the sentences, the words, and then loop lang. If contact or lead says no, go back to the script. Ganun yung most.
Umiikot.
Yeah, it's a loop.
Siguro
So,
kung ako naman, since I'm the scripted one, ako naman dumadating ako sa point na, halimbawa may bagong question na wala dun sa script ko, nawawala na ako. Parang, I don't even know or nag-stutter na ako, hindi na dire-diretso, hindi na ganun ka-confident yung aking pakikipag-usap or pakikipag-communicate sa client. So that's the struggle of scripted people. Diba? That we are just only confident when we are talking because we know the script. Like, the ins and out of the script, kabisado na siya most of the time. Kaya confident ka na makipag-usap sa mga clients. So, ayan. Good morning, Maria Jo Mendoza and Cyril. Gusto ko rin maging in control. Sa cola. O, diba? May ano pa. May
Bakit? Sa ano ba yung...
may pa-disclaimer. There you go, diba? So, you will be able to determine this, diba? By yourself then. Right?
Yeah.
So, you will have, even, I remember Sir Edwin, sabi niya, ang alam ko, freestyle ako, diba? But the end of the day, when we were doing script practice na, nare-realize mo din na hindi pa pala ako ganun ka-confident. Madami pa akong hindi alam, especially in the industry, in the market. So, they would realize by the end of the day na, ay, hindi pa pala, scripted pa rin pala ako na tao. Right? So, but this eventually you will learn this and you will, di ba, parang develop the skill of being a freestyler when it comes to calling, right?
Yeah, one of the first things to parang
you have to take down notes, guys. So nag-take down notes si Coach JP, para lang very ready, di ba?
Okay, so yeah, first things first, or the golden rule for freestyles is kahit saan naman ata lahat, always learn, whether it's for a specific niche, culture, or about the language using to converse with the target client or prospect or lead. So always learn, lalo na sa English na language, kasi it makes you it makes your vocabulary widen, that makes you comfortable when it comes to talking or speaking in English. That also gives you an edge, kasi whatever things that the lead or the prospect asks you, mabilis ka makakapag-respond. Hindi yung mag-iisip ka pa ng sasabihin mo in Tagalog, then translate it to English. That's the whole process na mangyayari sa utak mo. So matagal ka mag-respond. And that makes the prospect or lead mistrust you or create parang barrier sa whole conversation. So yeah, that's the golden rule. Always learn. Also, hindi lang siya about dun sa English language. It also focuses on the culture or the niche that you're trying to enter, or the industry. Kasi kung wala ka masyadong alam dun sa culture or sa niche na papasukin mo, it limits your capabilities to discuss or talk to the clients dun sa mga necessary information that you need to get. Tapos, what if the prospect or lead ask you about, sabihin natin sa real estate industry, if the prospect or lead talks about the HVAC and you don't know anything about the HVAC, masa-stutter ka, and then that creates mistrust, and eventually the lead hangs up dun sa call.
Excuse me, to piggyback on that, gusto ko lang sabihin na that's very true. Like, for example, in a specific industry, kahit anong industry naman, but let's say just real estate. Tapos, you are calling for a real estate agent based in Florida or in California, diba? Tapos, we don't even know, ito lagi kong example, weather. Diba? So, when we are talking to them, tapos sabi mo, good morning, it's a very the sun is shining here, very warm, ganyan. Tapos di mo alam, it's raining in that area na tinatawagan mo. So dun pa lang, at that very first time, di ba? The very first approach that you talk to the client, alam na agad nila that you're not in the market. And why would someone trust you if you don't even know what you're talking about, right? So dapat you have to learn. Yeah, that's very good. You have to learn kung ano yung culture nila, you have to learn yun. For example, HVAC, para saan ba yun, di ba? We don't even know how to pronounce it. Usually, kapag nakita yun ng tao, ang pronunciation nila during the call is HVAC, right? So, what is it about? What is it for? Why are real estate agents or investors very much interested to know about the HVAC of the property? Diba? So, we have to know those things because, again, cold calling and appointment setting, yay, good job! Cold calling and appointment setting, you are gonna be calling people who doesn't even know you, doesn't even have an idea that they're gonna be selling their properties. They don't even have an idea that they're gonna sell soon, right? We are building a connection, we are building the interest of the seller. So if you're not confident enough and you don't know that enough, then bakit pa sila makikipag-usap sa'yo? Why would you how are you going to catch their attention, right? So
yun nga, that goes for everything. Always learn and don't be afraid to unlearn things in the past kasi sa lahat sa mundo, the constant na nangyayari is change or
Exactly.
development or innovation.
mm-mm.
So always learn so that you'll always be able to adapt to the changes or sa lahat ng nangyayari, sa updates, sa innovation. Ayun. So you'll always be ready.
There you go. All right, what's the second one?
Second one is...
Ayaw mo ng lipstick. Ang galing ko na, no? Okay, so that's the first tip. What's any suggestions, comments, piggyback on that, let us know in the comments. Go, Bob.
Ayun. The reason why inaano natin yung trust ng mga leads, clients, is because if they don't trust us, they will not take us seriously and they will not parang listen to us. They will immediately hang up or parang prank na lang. Ganun. So it's it's a waste of time, and time is always gold. Yeah, time is gold, lalo na sa gantong industry kasi sa real estate, the more leads that you create, the more chances that your lead will like you. Your client will parang consider it a chance or opportunity to make bonuses for you. So more money for you. Ano pa? Siguro, let's talk about the 4 pillars that I was saying. When it comes to conversations, naturo sa akin to kasi ako sa Verizon Universal. It's parang telecommunications company sa US. It's like Smart and Globe here. And then what we were doing there was customer service and sales, and also some of technical support. So we were also mainly sales. So they were training us to create more trust and always build your credibility to those contacts or lead. So they were teaching us about the 4 pillars, which is first one is rapport, and then I'm not really sure about the specific word for the second one and the third one and the fourth one. But the general idea is ask questions about the situation or possible motivation to sell or buy properties or related to the property. This is sa ano na, translate ko na sa real estate. The first one is rapport, yun nga. Second one is ask about the situation, possible motivation to sell or buy properties or related to the property. Magulo ba?
Ask questions about situation, possible motivation to sell or buy properties. Hindi, tama na.
Yeah, so the general idea is about asking necessary questions about the situation, the whole scenario that the contact or lead is in. The third one is set the stage, explain your purpose. Sa real estate, which is to purchase the property. Tapos kung ano yung nalaman mo dun sa second one, dun sa mga questions or dun sa mga answers na nasagot dun sa questions mo, dun sa second step, i-emphasize mo yun and then ask more details, dig deep about the motivation in the real estate industry, which is yung motivation to sell or to buy dun sa property. And then i-press mo lang yun, para kang nagpe-press ng nana na
Bakit naman example mo, nana talaga?
yun, parang nagpe-press ka ng pain, which makes them realize more na kailangan kong mag-sell talaga. Yan. Kailangan kong mag-buy talaga. And the fourth one is sell your service or your company. So this will be the step which will parang make you ano ba? Hindi ko maano sa Tagalog tsaka sa English. Parang this will make you
Authoritative.
hindi naman authoritative. This will give you the chance. Yeah, this will give you the chance to parang differentiate yourself from the other competitors sa real estate industry, which is the realtors or other investors na parang this is the guy that could help me out with this situation, and this is the perfect parang opportunity for me to sell, and this is the guy that I need to sell it with. So parang ganun yung dapat sineset ng stage dun sa fourth step. And always think about parang dapat hindi ka magbabadmouth ng other or ng competition, kasi sa subconscious ng tao hindi maganda yon. Tsaka mostly lahat ng andito sa industry na to is nagbabadmouth ng kapwa nila or about sa kalaban nila sa industry na to. So what makes you different is, first, you're competent enough na hindi mo kailangan mangsira ng tao. Yeah.
Probing daw sabi ni Ann. So asking questions is tama yan, probing questions.
Ayun, probing. Naisip siya.
I'm so sorry. Sorry, hindi nakita ni Mama.
Ayun, so probing, yeah, that's the second one. Especially dun sa probing questions. So probing is asking necessary questions related to the subject or the situation. Yan. So yun yung four pillars as what I can remember. That's way too long. That's a few years ago. So yeah, the first one again, the first one is rapport, probing questions, as what Nelly was saying. Third one is setting the stage, and the fourth one is selling your service or your company, or differentiating your services or your company from the competitors. So yun yung four pillars. So going dun sa main topic or main goal natin for today, which is managing objections. What is managing objections? So managing objections is how you control those leads or contacts that always say no or doesn't show interest to continue or pursue with the conversation. Am I missing anything?
No.
So that's that's technically it. So yeah, one of the rules that I can think of is before making a call, be sure to get everything or every information needed in terms of the culture, industry, which is real estate in our case, the neighborhood, and etc. So that's the first rule that I can think of. Kasi if you're gonna make a call and you're not ready for, or you don't know anything about the industry or the culture or the neighborhood, you might get cornered by those people.
I have a question for that.
Yeah.
So for example, if you are using automatic dialer, diba? Like for example, Zen call, ready mode. So you don't really have an idea of who are or what area are you searching or what area are you calling at that time. So papaano pa makakapag-search yung mga tao na gumagamit ng ganun automatic dialer? Like every single time pag nag-end yung call, papasok yung panibagong call. So paano yung ganun?
Yeah, pupunta pa lang dapat ako doon.
Okay.
Doon ako sa best practices.
Okay.
Doon sa best practices.
Kasi epal lang ako dito. Okay. Sige, go.
Okay, so since that was brought up, dito sa gantong industry, you need to at least learn how to multitask at least two things at the same time. Kasi that really helps you out when it comes to parang making calls. Kasi if ever you were asked a question that you know nothing of, if you are able to multitask two things at the same time, then you can search about that information that was asked to you while talking to the
seller,
the contact or the lead. So that gives you an edge if you know how to multitask. So if ever, kasi in your question, nagpa-pop up yun, di ba? Nagpa-pop up yung address.
Kung sa kagaya sa'yo, di ba, naalala mo yung call mo na anong address, sabi mo nakapagbenta na kayo dito, anong address, alam mo yun, yung parang, kasi that call still reminds me of that day na alam mo, nagtawanan na lang tayo pagkatapos ng call mo kasi naitawid mo siya. Pero kung lagi kong sinasabi sa kanila, kung ako yun, at that very moment, I don't even know how to answer yung mga questions na tinatanong sa'yo ng seller at that time. Like, how am I gonna trust the investor, anong masasabi mo sa ganito, ganyan, ganyan? Sabi mo, nakapag-sell na kayo ng house. Which area? Anong address? Like, you know, yung mga things na gano'n.
Yeah, kwento ko lang kasi there was a time that I was a lead acquisitions manager for a real estate investor.
Mhm.
There was a time that I was talking to this property owner, a lady. She was asking too much questions kasi parang kasi yun nga hindi tayo nakikita, nag-uusap lang tayo sa phone.
Mhm.
So that creates mistrust or hindi tayo pinagkakatiwalaan agad. So what's happening is they tend to ask questions that would make them comfortable talking to you, giving the details of their properties, their personal information. So they tend to ask na have you already talked to a different property owner dito sa neighborhood na to? Tapos
Nakapag-sell.
yun, nakapag-sell ka na ba dito or nakabili ka na ba ng property property dito sa neighborhood na to?
Oo.
And then syempre dun ako sa yes kasi if I say no, that would make them feel na I know nothing about the neighborhood or the market right now dun sa area nila. So dun ako nag-yes, and then because saying yes to that question would make me competent.
Yeah, but at the same time, for people who are not at that level yet, it will also make you
dig your own grave.
Yeah, dig your own grave, diba?
Kasi if you say yes and then she asks
probing questions for you.
sa caller, or which is you or me, if I don't know how to answer or manage the objection, if they say parang yun nga, nakabili ka na ba dito sa neighborhood na to or sa area namin? If I say yes, then they ask me a follow-up question na saan yung property na yun? Tapos hindi ko alam. Isasagot ko. Gaganon ka na lang. So that will create a big mistrust, and 80 to 90% you'll get hung up. Kasi unang-una, nahuli ka nila. Nagsisinungaling ka. So, ayoko nila kausap. You're wasting my time. That's what's going to happen. Yun yung papasok sa isip nila. Yun yung mangyayari talaga. So, the reason why I'm suggesting that you always learn about the culture, about the language is kung malawak yung vocabulary nyo, kung malawak yung knowledge nyo about the industry or the niche, you'll have faster response, faster facts na masasabi, and the faster you'll be able to gain their trust and move on to the different steps that you need to do.
Exactly. And then I would also piggyback on that. Nabibigla ka ba sa mga questions? Pasensya na, hindi kita ni-ready. So, I would like to also piggyback on that na itanong nyo sa mga clients ninyo. If ever in the future you will have a client, you have to ask them questions. They have to be open to you as well. Right? Kasi, of course, you wouldn't know about the culture. You're not from there. You're from here. You're from the Philippines. So, Filipino culture is very different from US. But, of course, they're the people that we are serving. So we have to really be knowledgeable about what's happening in the area, what's the market in Florida, what's the market in California, is it hot in Texas, is the market in Texas hot, right? So we have to know all those things para makasagot tayo sa client. Diba? Even the general idea of what's happening in the market. Diba? Kaya nga madalas maririnig niyo sa mga VAs, mas alam pa namin yung news sa ibang bansa kaysa news dito sa Philippines. It's because the market, the industry that we are working on, the people that we are serving is there, not here in the Philippines,
Hindi
right?
naman tayo binabayaran ng Pinoy.
So so you have to be very knowledgeable about it, and you have to know your best friends, which is Google and YouTube. So 'di ba, saan ka ba makakapanood ng mga ganito? 'Di ba? Doon sa mga lugar na 'yon. And even you can join several real estate agent groups, real estate investor groups in Facebook. 'Di ba? You just have to be very careful when joining there. But that's where you will know what they are lacking, anong nangyayari na sa industry, because all of them are there. Nagtitipon-tipon sila sa isang group na yon. Right? So, yun. Okay. Next.
Okay na?
Okay na.
Ayun. Second rule that I can think of is always keep your cool. If the contact or lead belittles you or you try to rebut with a statement that sounds like a joke, but at the same time doesn't sound rude. So, for example, when a contact says, "The fuck you calling it?"
Uy man, mabablock tayo.
The you
F.
calling for,
Mm-mm.
or what makes you think I'm selling, and so on and so forth. So try to respond like this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not trying to start a war or something, but just wondering if if ever you've considered selling. So things like that. So try to make fun out of it, but not fun na rule. Parang your goal is to make the impression na you're calling na hindi ka doon para mang-away, mang-solicit or magbenta, sayangin yung oras nila. You're trying to be a friend, mag-ask if ever sa real estate industry, if ever they are interested in selling.
They would need your help.
Kasi you're there to help them out.
Mm-mm.
And that would get you plus points kasi you're not there to parang talk business agad. You're there to be a friend,
Build connection.
to yun.
Ano ba? Hindi mo kasi mabanggit eh.
Hindi build connection, you're there to be a friend, hindi business.
Okay.
Kasi if you're there to talk about business, they will put their guard up. Hindi mo naman kasi masasabi agad na connection. Connection is a very broad word. Siguro doon tayo sa much more specific. You're there to be a friend. You're there to help them out. Kaya nga mag-a-ask dun nga sa 4 pillars. Kaya nga mag-a-ask ka sa second step, mag-a-ask ka ng or mag-probe ka ng necessary actions, motivations, or kung ano yung naiisip nila. Ba't sila nag-decide mag-sell or mag-buy the property.
Okay.
And dun sa third step is
Ilang step yun?
sa third rule pa lang, manager
Okay.
reflection. Inaano ko lang yung nire-relate ko lang dun sa 4 pillars ng conversation. Bakit?
Hindi, tinatanong ko lang. So may question tayo from Maria Jo. If they drop the call even before you respond, you still need to call back?
No. Sa gantong industry, if they're being rude, if they're belittling you, or if they're parang they sound like they're pranking you, you can end the call.
Pero depende yun, guys. You have to ask your clients din.
No,
Kasi,
you have to ask your
kasi
clients.
some clients, like for example, si Coach JP, ano na kasi siya, lead acquisition. Tama ba?
Lead acquisition.
Lead acquisition manager. So, it's more than the cold calling and appointment setting side. Level up na yun, kumbaga. So, meron na siyang chance to negotiate, meron na siyang authority to, am I gonna call this back or not? Diba? But if you're on the cold calling side pa lang, the appointment setting side, you have to really ask your client, oh, hey client, binabaan ako or sinabihan ako ng rude things. Am I allowed to call back or am I allowed to just drop the call and move on? Diba? So most of them will say, no, you don't have to call them back anymore. Diba? Most of them will even tell you, DNC mo na yan, because those are kinds of people that we don't want to deal with in the future. Like, kung sa'yo nga ginagawa, more than likely for your agents as well when they call them back. Diba? So, it really depends. You have to set expectations in the beginning of the call pa lang, or even before you call, ask your clients right away.
Siguro that really depends if ano yung content nung pinag-uusapan nyo before they end the call or before ka mag-respond. If nonsense yung pinag-uusapan nyo bago ka mag-respond, I think a callback is not necessary. And based on our experience, based on my experience, the client will always agree na hindi na dapat kino-callbackan yung mga ganun. Kasi that's a waste of time.
Pag sinasabi kasing guys na the waste of time, it's because the more time, alam mo yun, more time na mag-stick up kasi isang client, paano kung yung next call mo lead na pala?
Yeah.
Diba? Yung mga ganong bagay.
Sa gantong industry kasi, the more time that you take dun sa one lead na yun, the less opportunity for you to get a lead for the day. So that means the more client or the more leads that you talk to, the more chances na magkaroon ka ng lead for the day.
There you go. So I hope we answered your question, Maria Jo. Again, guys, if you have any questions, hello to the 8 subscribers. 8 watchers. So, diba? So, mga questions kayo dyan. And then if you want to piggyback, of course, you're free to do so. Thanks daw from Maria Jo. Then there you go. Okay.
Ayan. So going back dun sa second need that I can think of. Yeah, going back, always keep your cool. Kasi kung hindi ka magpapadala sa sasabihin ng lead or nung contact, calm ka lang, hindi ka maapektuhan, hindi maapektuhan yung judgment mo, hindi maapektuhan yung masasabi mo masasabi mo next, mas lalo ka makakapag-isip ng anong gagawin next or sa susunod. Makakapag-isip ka kung ano yung dapat mong sabihin pa or dapat mong sabihin sa susunod nilang response. So, always keep your cool. Huwag kang magpapadala or huwag kang
mainit ulo.
Yun, huwag mainit yung ulo.
Siguro dagdag ko din yan sa doon sa pinanood natin, iniisip ko kung anong SWAT ba yun. Anong SWAT movie ba yun? Yung kay Harvey Specter. Firefight ba yun?
Firefighter.
Ayun, so yung pinanood natin, 'di ba, first rule of SWAT, 'di ba? Do not mix your emotions, 'di ba? Para
Kasi that will affect your judgment.
Yeah, it will cloud your judgment. So move forward.
Kahit saan naman, always keep your cool. Kasi emotions or yung situation, pag masyado kang nag-connect doon sa situation, it will cloud your judgment or it will make some difference kung nagpadala ka. Ayun.
There you go.
So, any questions so far?
Wala naman. Wala pa.
Am I making sense?
You are. Nga natin nabanggit na ano pala to. Podcast pala to.
Ayun. So,
The third one.
third rule that I can think of is, this is in relation to the previous rule. So, always, wag ka mag-expect na mag-agree sila sa or to everything that you are asking or you're saying. Kasi the more ka mag-expect na mag-a-agree sila or madadown ka pag nag-no sila, the more kang the more malilimit yung sasabihin mo kasi madidepress ako. Ay, nag-no siya. Ay,
Ayan na yung emotions.
Oo.
Dito na
So,
umiikot.
iikot doon yung emotion mo. Iikot doon yung parang mawawalan ka na ng motivation to ask further questions, further what if tip of the iceberg lang pala yun? Hindi ka nagtanong. Pwede pala maging lead yun.
Right.
Hindi ka nag-pursue. Ayun. Nag-give up ka. Nawala na yung call. Nag-proceed ka na sa next. Pumasok na sa isip mo na ay baka mag-no din to. So, what I'm saying is the third rule should be parang don't expect them. Always be prepared na magno-no sila. So that would create parang sa subconscious mo na ay pag nag-no to,
Meron na akong
ito yung pwede kong gawin. So that would create a whole different scenario sa isip mo. And that would also create an opportunity for you to
nanonood ng sariling life.
So yeah, that would create an opportunity for your subconscious to create scenarios, different scenarios, and you'll be prepared for what's coming up next or what's the possible thing that could come up next. So that was, 3 rules that I can think of, the most important rules.
Na lagi mong ina-apply when you're called.
Yeah, that's for managing objections.
There you go.
I can go for the tips and
There you
best
go.
practices. So, going to tips and best practices. So this relates to the golden rule that I was saying a while ago, which is always learn. So tip number 1, watch movies, videos, or listen to podcasts. Ideally in English, and is related to the niche that you have chosen. If you've chosen real estate, you can listen to our podcast or free videos, or you can listen to a different coach. That really depends. May bayad man, wala. So as long as it's in English, so your goal is to widen your vocabulary, your knowledge dun sa industry na pinapasok nyo. And once you've widened your knowledge or your vocabulary, the more magkakaroon ka ng edge sa industry nito. Tip number 2, always challenge yourself. May it be making your English your first language. So sa bahay, kausap mo yung anak mo, asawa mo, kapatid mo, nanay mo, tatay mo. Challenge yourself na mag-English ka and never parang take it na a bad sign if ever na pinagtawanan kanila, pwede for example of a difficult...
Mamaya na yan.
Okay.
Mag-tip ka muna.
Yan.
Wala agad.
Yun. Going back, yun nga, challenge yourself. If ever na pinagtawanan ka or sorry, na konyo or what, always think na okay lang. At least napapractice ako, na-challenge ako. And this would give further influence to my future, and this would really help me out a lot. The reason why I'm saying na ito yung pinaka nakakatulong itong English na to, kasi it's ito yung pinaka nakakatulong.
Na-replyan ko. Sige.
Yeah. So, it's parang the general language ng lahat, or the first language ng lahat. Dun nakakapag-communicate lahat. So, that means more opportunity for you to learn. And lahat ng tao mag-a-agree naman siguro na mas malaki yung kita pag overseas yung clients or yung di ba? So, ayun. Huwag mong isipin kung pagtatawanan ka or i-belittle ka or sasabihan ka ng konyo-konyo. Huwag mong isipin yun. Always think that this will be my first step to succeed. This is for my future. Yun. Third tip, watch movies, videos, or listen to podcasts. This time about sales. Kasi yung mga sales person or mga sales lady or kahit ano about sales, they know how to talk or parang control the conversation and sell their product or kahit ano pa man. Basta para sa akin smooth kasi sila magsalita. So, try to ask yourself kung ano pa yung pwede kong i-improve doon sa sinabi nitong tao na to.
Ako, I think, piggyback on that. I think I did this, and I always tell this to my students na when I was starting, I was watching several real estate agents and investors as well in YouTube. Type mo lang cold calling, and then madaming lalabas na videos about cold calling, and then yun, appointment setting yung ginagawa mo. And then, doon ako nakakakuha ng tricks at wala yung dapat sasabihin pag ganito yung tanong, ganyan-ganyan. This is how I should parang magsalita, the way I talk, kasi ako very malakas yung boses ko. Very upbeat, diba? So, kapag pala upbeat ka, parang narinig ko din once sa mga videos na panood ko, ayaw ng tao yun because they already know that you're gonna be selling something. Right? So when I try to switch my tone into something serious when I was talking back then, kasi na ako nagko-calls ngayon, diba? Dumami yung leads ko na even my one of my clients actually asked me na, anong nangyari? Anong ginawa mo? What did you do? Diba? So that's true. Yung tip na yun is very true.
Yeah. So always parang think of a way, lalo na pag nakapanood ka ng parang sales movie or sales always think, what would you do to improve that situation? Ano yung possible ways na para ma-boost pa yung nangyari or outcome? Try to list it sa paper and then document mo related to the whole situation.
Mm-mm.
And try to talk to a different person na nakapag ano doon or
Naka-encounter
nung question na yun, gano'n. Ng movie na yun, pag-usapan nyo.
Right.
Kasi may mga community na ngayon na ganyan.
Mm.
May mga community or groups na ganyan. Pwede nyo pag-usapan doon. Ganito pala. Yun.
Okay.
That would really help you a lot. Learn more.
And then the last tip.
Last tip would be...
Before that, Maria Jo, tapusin lang namin yung tips and then we will have an example objection. Okay, there you go.
Ayun. So, last tip would be don't be afraid to commit mistakes. Always charge it to experience.
Mm-hmm.
And never repeat the same mistakes. And that's ideally 3 to 5 mistakes. Huwag naman sunod-sunod. Pero 3 to 5 mistakes, the same mistakes. At after 3 or 5 na yun, don't ever make it again.
Learn from that mistake.
Learn from that mistake and eventually move on, create a new mistake. Pero pag nilimit mo kasi yung mistakes na nangyayari or nagagawa mo into 3, maximum 3 or maximum 5, that would create parang sa subconscious mo na what if magkamali ako? So, mag-aano ulit yung subconscious mo na i-picture out yung scenario and then you'll think about what are the possible. Kasi ganun ako eh. I always tend to picture out the scenario and think about the possibilities or possible na mangyayari. Para ready ka sa kung ano mang sabihin or mangyari. So, may solution ka na, di ba? May solution ka na sa susunod.
Maganda yung mga questions nila. So let's go first with Maria Jo. So magko-calls ako. And then it's gonna be difficult. Let's see how Coach JP will be able to handle this. Let's try. Okay. Let's go. Ring ring. Hello?
Ano ba? Cold calling o lead acquisition?
Acquisitions na. Ito ang tinuturo ko. Tingnan natin. Ring ring. Hello?
Hi, my name is Jose Alino, and I'm looking for Alisa Bartek.
Yep, speaking.
Yeah, I was informed that you were interested in selling your property 123 Main Street. Are you still considering a seller?
Nah, not anymore. Well, I tried to sell it, but it went in the market like for 60, 70 days. I lost count of it, but
Wow.
yeah, it didn't sell. So
Well, it took you 70 days and you weren't able to sell. Was that with a real estate agent or another investor?
I was working with an agent at that time.
Okay. So, real estate agent. If you don't mind me asking, how much were you trying to sell it for?
Right. It went to the market for about 435,000.
400. Okay. All right. So I've looked into the details because last time, if you can remember, my partner, the cold caller.
Mm-hmm.
If you can remember that cold caller, we asked the details of the property, and then upon checking the market in the neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
I think 400 will be the market price for this one, and I believe 400 gets that real estate agent a percentage of that, right?
Right. Like about 6%, I believe.
6%. Okay. All right. So that 6% is 6% of 400. I'm not really having a. Let me check the calculator right here. So 6% of 400 The
Is that it? Not sure.
so that's 400,000, right?
Right.
400.
Times 6.
Okay, so that's about 240. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and that's a lot. And it's a seller market right now.
Yeah,
Not a
so-
lot of people are selling, so not really sure why it wasn't sold for 70 days in the market.
Yeah, because I've looked into the details of the property and the market right now. It really doesn't come up to more than 300.
Okay.
Ito kasi ano to investor, most likely nilolowball nila yung mga property owners.
Nagpapaliwanag ka agad. Ano mo ituloy mo muna.
Inano ko lang, yun. I've checked the market and I've seen properties, brand new properties sold by real estate sold by real estate agents around 300, and that's brand new to tell you. So I've checked the details of your property, and all I can say is the property needs some fix ups and probably more than that. So here's what I can offer.
Hang on a sec. So
Okay.
are you working with an investor?
Well, I'm a partner of an investor, and
Okay. So
I
you,
do.
you probably might be offering me low ball price, right?
No, I'm not gonna offer a lowball price. This is what I'm about to offer you would go straight to your pocket. So that means you won't pay any realtor fees. You won't pay commissions. You won't pay any title company fees or anything that of that sort. So what I'm about to offer you will go straight to your pocket instantly. So no fees attached. I'll pay for the taxes, I'll pay for the taxes, I'll pay for the title company's fees and everything. I'll take care of it for you. So I'll offer you about 150.
150, you're kidding me. I'm looking for 400.
Okay, so like what I've mentioned, brand new property sold by realtors was around 300. So that includes the property owners paying for the fees and all, and also the commission of the realtors, real estate agent. So meaning to say, they'll be pocketing about 140 to 150. I'm not sure. So it's close to what I'm offering you right now.
Okay.
So to tell you, like what I mentioned also, that offer of mine is as is.
Like I'm not gonna do any renovations.
Yeah,
in your
you'll not
property?
do any renovations at all. So those fixed up that I was mentioning a while ago that I've seen on your property, I'll take care of it. I'll take the properties for you. I'll try to take the property off your hands, and then you'll get the funds about 30 days or so. That really depends on the title company. So yeah, would you take the 150 or yeah?
Yeah, I'll try to think about it, but nagpapawisan siya. So basically,
Woo! Sino nag-request nito?
basically that's it, Maria Jo. Like you see, if you don't know how real estate agents and real estate investor works, right? You wouldn't even go with that kind of conversation. Baka nababaan ka na. Diba? Are you kidding me? I'm looking for 400. Tapos offeran mo ko 150. right? But Coach JP already mentioned to you, alam mo, recently, 'di ba, na ang mga binibentang bahay is around 300, 'di ba? And yung 300 na yun, agents yung nagbebenta, so they are most likely gonna get realtor fees pa, realtor fees pa. You are gonna pay for the title, for the escrow, all of that stuff, 'di ba? So pinapaliwanag, right? Pinapaliwanag nyo. So if you don't know what's happening behind the back, 'di ba? O yung talagang nangyayari, hindi mo alam, hindi mo masasagot, hindi mo ma-explain kay client, hindi mo siya alam mo tawag doon, ma-convince na what I'm offering you right now, although 150 siya, wala ka ng ibang iintindihin doon, 'di ba? Na thank you daw, ang galing naman, 'di ba? Pinagpawisan si Coach JP. Basa na yung kilikili niya. Oh my gosh. Alright, there you go. So, that's one. Diba? Pwede nyo din makuha yan, yung mga ganyang sagutan. Diba? And then, Des also has a question. How to deal with customers na hindi gano'ng ka-clear ang pagsasalita? Kasi diba yung iba parang merong bagong gising ang boses nila. Oh, there you go. Coach JP.
Siguro, if that's the case, if that's the case, parang if ever na about 9 start ng shift mo, that means 9 a.m. dun sa kanila. That would also mean there's a possibility that they haven't had breakfast yet, coffee yet. So parang hindi pa clear talaga yung utak nila.
Ako naman,
So,
I would say, siguro ito yung sa tip mo kanina. Kasi when you're watching, you're also listening diba? So you have to train yourself talaga. Diba? Na kung paano sila magsalita, you have to train yourself. Kasi, diba, sabi ko nga sa inyo, even iba't ibang state, may iba't ibang accent sila. So the more na nafa-familiarize mo yung sarili mo sa pakikinig sa kanila by watching them, by listening to them, diba? Mas nati-train yung sarili mo. Kasi very used to tayo sa English ng Pinoy. Very used to tayo sa English na nandito, naririnig natin. But if we are really, training ourselves to listen to them, then that's the time na mas maiintindihan mo sila. Black Americans, tama ba? Mas malinaw pa sila magsalita kaysa sa puti. Diba?
Hindi naman lahat.
Yeah,
Parang
but
minsan,
most of
madalas.
the time. But meron namang mga Pinoy na hindi ko maintindihan kapag black kasi ang bilis-bilis na magsalita, di ba? Kasi nga, we are not trained to listen to them. Right? But if we train ourselves to listen to them, then that's the time na mas magiging familiar tayo. Parang mga bata lang yan, parang mga anak ninyo. Ibang tao hindi naiintindihan pag nagsasalita sila. Pero ikaw, dahil trained ka, pinapakinggan mo sila, you know what they are saying. Diba? So, ganun din yun. The same thing with your clients. Right? So, 10:55, hindi namin in-expect. Akala namin maikli lang tong live na to.
Mabagal ka sa magsalita.
But that's good, right? And I hope you learned a lot of this things during the script practice too. Of course, if you have any other questions, you're free to let us know here. But before we go, meron pa tayong 5 minutes. So I have here some tips as well on how to conquer your phone phobia. So sino man sa inyo yung mga may phone phobia right now, here are some of my tips for you. So number 1, call it something that inspires you. This is from Tom Ferry, by the way. So gusto-gusto ko tong call it something that inspires you. Ang example niya dito is today or this time is my making dollars time. So if you yung mga bagay na makakapagpatayo sa'yo sa kwarto, makakapagpatayo sa kama so this time my phone appointment setting time or my cold calling time is my making dollars time. So 'di ba? Yung mga ganyang bagay nakaka-inspire sa'yo.
Sabi nga ng isang coffee company, ano yung nakakapagpabangon sa'yo?
Oo.
So think of that as
something that inspires you,
yeah.
Right? So, mga ganong bagay. Number 2 is schedule it and structure it. So, meron siyang iba't ibang tips doon na, do you have a structure? Maybe you are, eto lagi ko itong naririnig kay May, alam mo, kapag nanonood tayo ng mga ganitong video, mas naiintindihan ko pag magkakasama tayo. Or kapag nagbabasa ako ng book, mas naiintindihan ko pag magkakasama tayo. So, maybe ganun ka din, right? Maybe you have to call while having a buddy. You have to have an accountability partner. So baka makatulong yun sa'yo because some of the real estate agents that I know, minsan nga naka-live pa sila sa YouTube, nagtatawag sila na magkasama over Zoom. So maybe that's something that you can do as well, right? So hanap ka ng ng partner mo, ng accountability partner mo, and then structure the day within that, right? And then number 3 is the sales acceleration formula. Okay? Do a competition. So, when you have an accountability partner, tanungin mo siya, right? O, ano tayo, partner, ano tayo, compete tayo. Tapos yung madaming leads sa atin, manlilibre ng Starbucks, diba? Ililibre ko ng Starbucks. So, the more that you are challenging yourselves, diba? Hindi nyo alam, pero may nabubuo sa utak ninyo, I don't know what you call that, but merong nabubuo sa isip natin na, gagalingan ko kasi meron tayong ka-competition eh. At saka kahit $100 lang yun, or kung magkano man yung Starbucks na yun, meron pa ring sense of you challenging yourselves that I can do better than the person that I am challenging with. Diba? So, yun, those are just my tips for you to overcome your phone phobia. So, make it an inspiration. Have a phone buddy, diba? Or a call buddy, accountability partner, and be consistent with everything. Again, guys, you will not perfect this overnight. So, you have to be patient with yourselves, diba? Na lahat ng to kaya ninyong aralin over time. Hindi siya overnight. Okay? So, I hope you learned something out of this. We will have a script practice next month, and we'll make sure that we will have calls like that. Diba? At syempre magbibigay na rin kami ng script sa inyo so you can practice it with us. Alright? Any other,
Next month.
Yes, next month too. Parang ayaw na ni Coach JP. There you go, guys.
Wag na, kaya na nila yan.
So thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you learned something out of this live. Thank you and have a great one. Bye!